Hello, and this is Erin Swenlin with My Daily Five. And I thought there were a few charts that looked pretty interesting, and certainly ones that I watch nearly every day. So let's go ahead and start with my first one here. And that would be the 5-month candlestick of the SPY. Decision Point follows the SPY for our signals. So you'll see the SPY on a lot of our charts instead of the S&P 500, but it tracks right to it. One of the interesting things that happened yesterday was we had a golden cross of the 50-day EMA and the 200-day EMA. Of course, these don't happen very often. And one of the ways that Carl and I look at it at decisionpoint.com is we consider when you get that 50 crossing that 200 that now you are in a bull market biased uh, situation. So we want to see that. We've got that right now on the SPY. We're very, very close on the S&P 500. And again, these are EMAs. So we got that golden cross. We now have a bullish bias on our chart. So we've been in this bear market phase for so long, and now obviously it's been wiped out a lot of it since March. And now we are looking at prices coming right up to that gap that was formed right before that bear market big time drop. So that's really the challenge right now. And I've been watching the action here on the S&P 500, I'm sorry, the SPY in this case. So I've been watching it very closely. And as you can see today, as of, well, it's the morning for me out here on the West Coast, you can see we have pulled back. And it isn't a surprise to me. That's something I've been looking for. I was expecting it a lot sooner than this, but we didn't get that. And now we're hitting kind of that really difficult area of resistance. That's what I'm going to be looking at. That's what I'm worried about. And we did have this rising wedge. Obviously, that didn't turn out so well. But I would guess at this point, now that we're being turned away from that big gap, this might be that time that we see the market at least pause, if not decline here and pull back. We also can look at some of our other indicators. The PMO is rising, can't complain about that. But I must tell you that the regular range, the normal range for the SPY is usually between +2 and -2. And we have a reading right now of 3.58. That's very, very overbought for our PMO, and especially overbought when we were considering the bear market conditions that we were under. Now you've got an OBV that has rising bottoms. I think that is quite positive. I was watching yesterday total volume. Notice that big dip to the downside on volume, and that happened right on a nice big like 1.25% rally day. When I see a drop in volume like that on a big time rally, that's something that will concern me. And I know I've spent a lot of the time on this chart, but that was one of the main things. And then also on the VIX, you can see that we are getting that turnaround. I invert my VIX so that overbought is on the top. And as you can see, we're pulling back again, nearly close, nearly reaching that average in the center of those Bollinger Bands. If we can see a bounce up from there like we did previously, and you can see for quite some time, I think that'll be good for the market. We'll get a pause instead of a big drop. Okay, let's move on through these others. Swenlin Trading Oscillators. These are short-term indicators, super important to us. They have been traveling upward. We have not seen declining tops. So at this point, these short-term indicators are confirming the current rally we are in. It's a lot more interesting when they don't confirm. So I won't spend a lot of time on that, but they are very overbought, just like our PMO. The market is ready for a pullback. I also have the percent of stocks over their 20-day EMA, percent of stocks over their PMOs that are rising, and they are extraordinarily overbought right now. Let's look at technology, XLK. That sector has been really performing quite well, as is the NASDAQ 100. But you can see we now are up against some very interesting overhead resistance here at all-time highs for XLK. When I look at our indicators, everything looks pretty good here. PMOs are rising. You can see the only thing that would give me a little bit of pause would be these two indicators, only because, I'm sorry, just the percent stocks above their 20-day EMA. Not only is it extraordinarily overbought, but we do have those declining tops when you look in the thumbnail. Everything else looks pretty good though for technology, getting a little overbought on the RSI. All right, final chart. Let's look at gold miners. Actually, I have two more. I hope we have enough time to cover them. We're going to do our very best. All right, so gold miners have come all the way back down to some important support. They are bouncing right now. I think the indicators are showing us reflecting the fact that we've had this decline, this declining trend. I would be watching these very closely. I like to see the gold miners and watch them in response to what's going on with gold. It's following gold pretty closely. What we really want to see on this bounce, though, is now we want to get back over there and get that PMO to start turning upward. All right, final one. This is my diamond of the week. I'm going to share this one. I do own it. Rite Group. This one is set up very nicely. I've presented this in last week's diamond report on DecisionPoint.com. And a couple of things. It's got some great entry points. I entered earlier. Oops, let's go right back here. I entered earlier, and you can see we had this ascending triangle, bullish formation, want to see the breakout to the upside, got the breakout, and now it is pulling back. Always a great entry when you get the breakouts and then the pullback. Not only did it break out of this bullish ascending triangle, it also broke through that declining tops trend line. PMO is on a buy signal. OBV is rising. We've got a scooter that is in the hot zone above 75. And despite this 5.5% decline currently on June 9th, we do have an RSI that is above net neutral. I think this one's setting up for a great entry, especially on a big 5.5% decline. Like I said, I own it. Would wish that we weren't seeing that kind of a day, but I think it's going to give you an excellent entry point. And one last thing, that 20-day EMA is crossing above its 50-day EMA for an intermediate term trend model buy signal. If you want more information, check me out at DecisionPoint.com. Hope to see you as a subscriber there soon. Happy trading.
Hey guys, Grayson Rose here with StockCharts.com. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, if you did, give us a like down below, leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily content from an incredible collection of technical analysts and financial minds. We'll see you back here very soon. Happy charting, my friends.